Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Drive-Thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live here on Pig Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out here well before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. And that's what we do here in the Drive-Thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, is deliver live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pig Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show with us today. All right, Jay Briggs makes his debut here on the Drive-Thru. Welcome, Jay, to the show. We've got El Nino's Mitch. It's Wednesdays with Mitch and Big L McMorty. Here's how they'll line up for this evening. We've got Nino's, McMorty, Briggs, Mitch, and then I will close this one out. We got a full book here now moving forward on Wednesdays. We just had 4 guys with Daniel's appointments, vacations, but we should have a full crew here next Wednesday as we move into football season. 9 guys on our Wednesday show, so make sure you guys tune in. Let's go ahead. Let's get this one underway. Let's go ahead and welcome in El Nino. So you find him over at Pig Dogs Premium, where he does great work up there. So let's bring him in right now. Also does contribute to the weekend show as well. Al, what's happening?
Doing good. How are you, Tony?
Doing awesome. All right, here we go. 7 Eastern Time. This was an interesting one yesterday. We saw a high-scoring game, but Red Sox will be home again. They were on the short end of the stick again. The Red Sox home to the Braves. The Braves road favorites minus 150. Total sits at 9.
Yeah, and that high-scoring game wasn't just last night. This has been a trend whenever these two teams meet lately, and 6-1-1 to the over in the last 8 in Boston here, and I think we see more of the same tonight. Kyle Wright started off his season pretty well, but we've seen him giving up a couple runs lately, and while I don't think he's as bad as his last outing, I do think that we see him give up a couple runs like the outings before that, and Red Sox, they have a pretty good lineup, and their pitching's still been a problem though, and Nick Pivetta is I don't think is their solution here. Definitely not their strongest starter. And again, I expect Atlanta here. This lineup's been hot. I expect them to stay hot against Pivetta here. I'm expecting both teams to score some runs and a lot of runs again in this one. So taking the over here.
All right, Nino likes it over the total here. Braves and the Red Sox over the total of 9. Yeah, you look at Kyle Wright. He's someone who's kind of turned his career around, right? It looked kind of tough on him. A good ground ball rate of 53%. Limits his home runs. Of course, Pivetta does give up the home run ball, 1.24 home runs per 9 innings. Of course, the one thing in your favor here, Al, looking at this over has been the performance here of the Red Sox bullpen of late.
Yeah, they haven't been great either, and again, both pitchers are giving up some home runs. So I expect these lineups, both of them are loaded with guys that can hit the ball deep, and I expect them to do just that tonight. So again, expecting a lot of runs early and again late against those bullpens too. So I really like the over in this one.
Yeah, there's been a line move from the opener, minus 135 over to minus 150. Looking here at the Braves, they've had really success when they've been road favorite in this number between minus 100 and minus 150. They've been able to win 40 of 59 in this spot.
Yeah, that's a pretty impressive number, and they've been a little up and down lately, but I do think they may have the edge on the mound here tonight. So that's another edge they'll have for them going in this one. But again, as I said, Kyle Wright has been giving up some runs. As you said, he's been giving up the home runs as well. And the Red Sox can hit those home runs too. So I expect them to get hit to him a little bit too. So Braves may score more runs, but I think we get over the total here.
Yeah, the monster there. Of course, we do see the wind end a little bit here. 6 miles per hour in, 69 degrees here at game time. We'll see how that factors into the score. Braves or Red Sox over the total of 9. This one will have a start time here at 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Nino, so let's take a look over at Pig Dogs Premium here for tonight's action here. We have still a good card here from Major League Baseball here on the board. Of course, we've got preseason football starting tomorrow, but still good number of games here. I counted at least about 9 games in the primetime hour here for Major League Baseball's 15-game card. What do you have going over at Pig Dogs Premium?
I know quite a few plays I liked tonight, so I do have a 3-pack, and then I have a couple of extra plays for everyone on long-term passes as well. So check that out. I also have my best bets sold separately as well. So whatever you're into, but again, I think your best deals are those long-term or 2-for-1 capper specials.
That's right, guys. Again, brought with El Nino's over at Pig Dogs Premium. Of course, coming off a winning day yesterday over on the board tonight. He's got individual plays as well as a 3-pack up there. He calls his Wednesday 3-run home run. Get to his premium plays here for tonight's action. $40, favorably priced. Credit guarantee, that means that this pass must show profit, or the credits are inserted back in your account for more picks. That's what credit guarantee means. That's on the one-day passes and the individual plays. Of course, the long-term passes will serve you well. The 3, 7, or 30-day all-sports pass, you get all of El Nino's premium plays for that period of time you select. When you go to his handicapper page and you make that purchase, you can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 cap promotion, even greater value. Of course, I want to make note of the August promotion. August 15 will save you 15% off any premium package over at Pick Dogs Sports Chat Play. So get on board there with that. All right, Al, as always, great having your show. The wrong Al. We'll get Al in the next segment here. I got to make sure I always get the house switched up here. All right, man. Every summer, great evening, Al, and we'll talk with you again tomorrow.
We're going to.
You got it. El Nino's here on the drive. I'll figure that out at some point. I've got actually the show's gonna have a new look. I'm working on the new look for the show. I hope to have that ready by football. I've been working on that the past few weekends here, so we'll have a new look. And hopefully I won't have that flub where I'm always mixing up El Nino's and Al McMorty. But there's no mixing them up. Totally different cappers. So let's go ahead. Let's get the show continued, and we'll bring in Big Al McMorty. If I'm over at Pick Dogs Prim, where he's again performing great for 2022. Think about Al McMorty ready to go. Big Al, how's it going?
Pretty good. What about Alex Smart? Remember when he was on Wednesdays? We had the 3 Al's all in a row.
I know. He used to have all 3 in a row. That's right. Oh, boy. Here we go. Big Al, we're going to look at this one between the Tigers and Guardians tonight at 7 Eastern time. Cleveland now up to minus 180, total of 8.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me given, who's pitching and what these two teams are doing. Aaron Savali gets the call for the Guardians. He's going to make his first return in, I think, about a month or so. I think, he's been out for a while. But he's 7-0 in 8 career starts versus Detroit with a 1.94 ERA. So that bodes really well for Cleveland today. And then when you take a look at what Cleveland's done with Savali on the road, they're 12-5. And Cleveland's also been one of the better big favorites in baseball. They're 38-13 when laying $1.50 or more their last 51. Then you take a look at Detroit. They're not scoring very many runs. Their last 2 games, they got 0 and 2. Over their last 10 games, they've scored 3 runs or less. In 8 of those 10 games, not surprisingly, they lost all 8 of those games where they got 3 runs or less. And then when they've scored 2 runs or less in back-to-back games, Detroit is 12-35 their last 47. So when you add it all up, it just looks like a perfect situation for Cleveland here to keep its win streak going.
All right, we got Big Al here on the Guardians here, minus 180 here against the Tigers. As, of course, as you mentioned here, it's been rough here for this Tigers team hitting the baseball. So Savali had a bit of some crooked numbers here as he went down.
He did, but, obviously he wasn't healthy, at the time, it seems. So, the last time he faced Detroit, I think this season, it was 6 1/3 innings with 0 runs. And he just owns this team. He's never lost them. So I'm sure he's going to be on a pitch count today. I think they're saying about 75 pitches or so. But, I expect him to be pretty effective.
All right, we got Big Al here on the Guardians, minus 180 here against the Tigers. This one to have a start time here of 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Big Al, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs for tonight, showing great results here because Big Al was a top unit producer here for 2021, upon leaders here for 2022 as well. 3,443 units of profit, all documented over at Pick Dogs. You can verify those numbers by going over to Big Al's handicapper page at Pick Dogs. Go down to Pick History. You can see every play graded immediately on the site. Looks like a 9-game card remaining here for Major League Baseball. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Well, unfortunately, we were 3-0 yesterday. We won our NOS game of the year on the San Diego Padres. I don't know if you happened to see that game. That was a crazy ending last night. But then today I only had one play, and it actually has already started. It was on the New York Yankees against Seattle, and I think the last I saw it was a pretty close ball game. So hopefully the Yankees can win that one. If they do, then we'll be 24-9 our last 33. And I've got nothing on the nighttime card, so I'll be back in action tomorrow on Thursday. But if folks want to get a jump on football, I've got my football packages up. I've won 10 NFL seasons in a row, and I've won, I think, 22 out of the last 30 college and pro seasons combined. So it's up right now at Pick Dogs. Folks can get on board.
All right, guys, got on board with it. Big Al McMorty over at Pick Dogs. Premium season numbers 3,443 units of profit. 2022 documented. Some good news, Big Al. The Yankees were down 1-0 entering the 7th. They pushed across 3 in the top of the seventh to take the
No, they
3-1
did? They
lead.
got three
Yeah,
runs.
yeah,
All
they
right.
got
They're
3
Yankees.
runs. So the Yankees are up there. So holding on here, that's the lead here. So they're looking good here, guys. So get on board with Big Al McMorty. Come off a big day yesterday. Pat showing profit last 30 days, of course, for the year 2022 as well. The long-term passes will serve you well. Of course, that 30-day all sports pass to get you all of Big Al's plays for 30 days will include all his baseball. 2 weeks of college football. Week 1 and 2 are in play here when you get that 1-month all sports pass. As well, if Big Al's in action in preseason football. I remember you, Al, you talking possibly week 2, right? You're looking at.
Yeah, I'm not going to play the first week. Probably the only week I will play will be that second week. I'll probably have somewhere around 3 to 5 plays depending, and then I'll probably pass the final week as well.
All right, there you go with Big Al McMorty's here preseason, guys. That 1-month all sports pass. Remember that promotion OG15 will save you 15% off at checkout. Also, the 2-for-1 cap promotion with these 3, 7, and 30 all sports pass you get at St. Capper, even greater greater savings there as well. Of course, Big Al, you're awesome in football. I've seen you put together already your college football and NFL season pass already up at Pick Dogs.
Yeah, it's actually one of the more popular passes. People generally get the entire football season, or they'll get the 1 year of all sports. And either way, folks want to play football, only, then get the football package. Otherwise, get the 1 year, and it's not that much more money. And you get 12 months of basketball, baseball, and hockey as well.
That's right. Then we're talking pro and college there on the basketball side. Remember the March Madnesses, the minor tournaments. There's a lot going there with college hoops as well as hockey. Get on board with Big Al McMorty, that 1 year all sports pass now at Pick Dogs, a premium. Of course, that includes all his football as well as postseason, the college football bowls and playoffs. Big Al, is always great having your show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you again tomorrow.
Yeah, you too, Tony. Continue your success.
Hey, appreciate that. You got it. Big Al McMorty here on the drive. Let's continue here on the show, guys. If you missed any of our picks, we'll do a complete recap here at the end of the show. I see that we got some people signing in as we continue on here on the drive-thru. Let's go ahead and welcome in. Well, he's making his debut here on the drive-thru. It's Jay Briggs. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs. Let's bring Jay in right now. Jay, how's it going?
Hey, what's up, Tony?
Hey, welcome over to the Pick Dogs family. Great to have you here on the show. Before we get into the games, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, man. Young guy, man, but I really put in the work. And I'm just excited to put some of you guys on some winners, man.
Exactly. Looking forward to that as well. All right, here we go with play 1 here on the drive-thru from Jay. We're going to be looking at this one between the Phillies and Marlins at the top of the hour. We have Philadelphia here at -125, total 7.5.
The Marlins, those guys, man, they just haven't been hitting the ball well at all. The under for these guys has been going crazy for the Marlins. They just can't seem to get anybody on base or driving any runs. So I really like the Phillies tonight. I'm also have another play in this game. The play that I really love in this game is the no-run first inning. Both teams trend very well to the no-run first inning in this game. The starting pitcher for the Phillies is 10-6 to the no-run first inning. The Marlins also ranked dead last in the first inning over the season. While on the road, the Marlins are 28-3 to the no-run first inning in the last 30 and are 10-1 in their last 11. So I just think this play tonight, the no-run first inning, is going to be a great play for you guys tonight. And also the Phillies, I think they have enough offense to push them above. Give me the Phillies on the money line and the no-run first inning.
All right, Jay Briggs here likes the Phillies here at -125 against the Marlins here. No runs first inning also in this one, -135, as we have Sandy Alcantara here on the mound for Miami. Of course, Alcantara does put up good numbers, but again, you've got this lineup here for Miami that really struggles to score runs, but they've lost 8 of 10. The Phillies have won 9 of 10 coming into this game, and looking here at how well the Phillies have been playing here, their pitching's allowed 2 runs or fewer in 7 of 10. So this kind of plays to the Marlins having difficulty getting runs across the board here as they put Syndergaard on the mound.
Yeah, man. Like you said, Alcantara, he's been pitching pretty well. That's another reason why I like the no-run first inning. 18-4 for him in the no-run first inning. So I think it's in the Phillies, like you said, have been playing some pretty good baseball. So I really like these 2 plays tonight.
All right, Jay's here on the Phillies, -125 here against the Marlins. Also, no runs first inning, -135. This one will have a start time here of 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Jay, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium here for tonight's action. Of course, as we said, we got a big card up there, up on the board. 9 games remaining here from Major League Baseball. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium tonight?
Yes, I had my 3-pack up today, man. My money line, my money maker, my Wednesday money maker, man, was up today. 2 plays are still up. My MLB best bet is still up for tonight if you want to jump on that. I really love that play tonight. So you guys should hop on there, or you should check out my 3 7-day or my 30-day packages. You can't go wrong with me. Football is right around the corner, and football, we're going crazy this season, I promise, man. So you guys should jump on over on those long-term packages, save you some money, and let's have a great season, man. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be with you guys, and let's put some money in our pockets, man.
Absolutely, guys. Get on board with Jay Briggs over at Pick Dogs. Premium does have his $15 best bet here on the board. Credit guarantee. That means it must win, or the credit is inserted back in your account for what you paid for other picks over at Pick Dogs. So credit guarantee there on all one-day passes as well as individual plays. So we got that $15 best bet up there as well. Long-term passes, the 3, 7, or 30 sports pass, you get all of Jay's premium plays for that period of time you select. When you go over to his handicapper page and you make that purchase, use that promo code AUG15, that's AUG15, and you'll save 15% off. And of course, you can add a cent capper with that 2-for-1 cap promotion, even a greater value there. All right, Jay, as always, great having you show. We'll talk with you again tomorrow. Have yourself a great night. And I'm looking at the chat rooms. It's Cowboy Nation, says Joe Cooper.
Cowboy Nation, man. Cowboy Nation.
All right, what do you think about the Cowboys' chances? So, are you happy with what you've seen in training camp so far?
Yeah, they've been clowning my guy Diggs. I'm Diggs' #1 fan, man. He's gonna bounce back, have a great year. Cowboys win the division this year, and we win a playoff game. Beyond that, I don't know.
There you go.
Cowboys Nation.
Cowboys Nation, there you go. We got the winning division. You even got an NFL feature out of them. So, all right, Jay, have yourself a great night. We'll talk with you again tomorrow.
All right, man. You have a good one.
Great job. All right, Jay Briggs here on The Drive. We'll be back again here tomorrow, guys. If you missed any of our picks, we'll do a complete recap here at the end of the show, so make sure you stay tuned for that. All right, I think it's time for Mitch. Yeah, we have 4 guys off today for dentist appointments, vacations, but again, we should have them all. We have a full crew on Wednesday here next week. It's time for Mitch. Wednesdays with Mitch, right? We got L in, we got the 2 L's in, we got Jay in. Of course, Rod is at the dentist today, and we had Chris with things going on. Sean had things going on. So did James. So it's right now time for Mitch. Let's see if he's ready to roll here. We want to make sure we got him on camera. You'll find Mitch over at Pick Dogs, part of that morning crew, 10 a.m. Eastern time every single day. So let's bring him in right now. I think Mitch, what's happening? Here we go.
I'm here.
All right.
I'm sitting here. I wasn't going to miss Jay's first show. I got to give him a hard time about it, make him feel nervous. It's like, not going to let these young guys show us up that easy.
Oh, yes.
It's amazing, It's like all the good young cappers out there. It's like with all the information like so readily available to them. I mean, some of the guys just seem to really be able to grasp it and to be able to go with it. And other guys, they still just continue to only be able to take favorites and, kind of regurgitate what other people are saying. And it's like, it's amazing to me though, how many good young cappers there are out there. So it's like, if I'm going to give an opportunity to a guy, it's going to be to a guy like Jay, who, entered our capper competition, was basically second place. He was in first place the entire competition, got edged out right at the end. And, I've been meaning to bring him on for a while, but I got like 10 million things going on. It's hard for me to add people here and there, but I'm excited to have Jay join us, and I think you guys are really, really going to like him over the long haul. I think he was a little nervous today and a little reserved, but I think we get him, start giving out some winners on these live shows. I don't think we're going to be able to shut him up, to be honest.
Yeah, he'll be on a lot of. He's got great availability. He'll be on a lot of the shows. So looking forward to having Jay on. As you said, of course, and of course, the format of the show, you had him go on camera, so that makes it a little easier for them to transition.
Yeah, and the thing is that, as well, like you said, a lot of the cappers missing these shows. I mean, these are tough days anyway. There's not a lot of games that are late. There's schedules are split. Wednesdays there's light days. Wednesdays, Thursdays can be light. But heading into it seems it's kind of like a college basketball player. They're injured when they play defense and they're fine when they play offense. And just all of a sudden, everyone's schedule clears out when football season rolls around.
Yeah, football season rolls around. Then we got the college and the NBA cards, and it's these games start to overlap. So it'll be really great this fall and winter here on the drive. So of course we're Pick Dogs, but right now we'll take care of business with Mitch here. We're going to look at this one tonight at 9:40 Eastern time as the Diamondbacks are host the Pirates. The D-backs about a minus 150 favorite here with a total of 8.
You guys know sometimes you just don't really need to get all that creative with this stuff. You can just go with what's working. And for me, what I'll generally do is the first thing I check in the morning are the streaks over at the betting tools to see what's going on with those. And that's usually kind of where I start my handicapping these days. I think they've been so hot and so good, and they're revealing, and why I don't go 100% with them, and they certainly don't tell us everything. There's some good things to see there, and what you've seen there is that the Pirates, we've seen them streaky good and streaky bad this season. We've seen them knock off some giants, this season. We see them knock off the Brewers. We saw them take down the Dodgers, really in embarrassing fashion, but at the same time, we've also seen them lose a lot of games, and that's what that record shows. And at Chase Field, they've just been miserable, and it's a weird thing because you would think that these are winnable games for the Pirates, but I bought into it last night. I was not rewarded for my efforts, and I don't think Pirates backers are going to be rewarded here either. They're 0-6 on the run line at Chase Field in their last 6. So the run line, we're getting plus 143 there. And they've also, of course, they were dogs in every one of those games. So they got run line dogged 6 times in a row at Chase, and facing Bumgarner, who actually has pitched really well this season. I'm surprised he wasn't traded at the trade deadline, to be honest with you. I just think that just another rough spot for them. So while I gave out Diamondbacks as the pick, I think you could also go run line here.
All right, Mitch, you've been thinking run line here with this one here, the Diamondbacks and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Of course, Mitch will be here on the Diamondback side. Yeah, when I looked at this one, this is an interesting series. We're talking about this Pirates team. They're 8-28 in road games when playing against bad teams with win percentages of 380 to 460. That's pretty brutal. When you're facing teams that are bad, you're 8-28.
Well, the thing is that you have the two teams here that are improving. I would say both of these teams are on the upswing, but where that upswing lands them, I don't know. But I would rather be a fan of either of these two teams than a team like the Padres, which are just dead in the water, spending like crazy. And we all know they're not going to win. I mean, they're not going to win this year. They're not going to win next year. They're not going to win the year after that. They're not going to win. And, I had this discussion with Romanelli, backwards and forwards. And he's like, he doesn't understand that the Padres have done this a million times. They've gone out and spent, and then all of a sudden they're sellers, right? All of a sudden it's like, you know what? Man, we got a lot of payroll here, and we're not going anywhere. And they do it all the time. And a guy like Juan Soto, who $450 million wasn't good enough for him, and it's like, yeah, he could get more money, he should get more, whatever. Yeah, fine. A guy like this, 500 is not good. What if you can't make ends meet off 450? And have some roots like the way that Tom Brady did in New England for all those years, where it was like he put his fan base and everything that backed him and made him what he was, first, and then, and 450 doesn't do it for you. Believe me, 5 or 6 isn't either. What's going to happen is the next guy is going to make $1 more than he does, and we're going to be back in square one again. I'm holding out. I need more money. It's like these guys like this. We've seen it a million times. And this guy, what a joke he is, man. That play in right field today, absolutely pathetic.
Yep, and the Giants just take the lead here, 7-6 right now. As they make
because this Padres team is going nowhere. Nowhere. You could argue he wants to be traded to a contender, a team that has a chance to win. No, this team has no chance to win. None. 0. Slim left town. It's the Dodgers and everybody else in the National League this year. I think the Mets have a shot if DeGrom is healthy, if Scherzer can really pitch at the very top of his game, and the bullpen can come in and make those two guys good enough, you know, for their efforts to be good enough with the bullpen, they have a shot. If their bats can remain hot, I think Lindor off the chain. You know, I think here's your National League MVP. You could talk about Soto all you want. This guy Jose Reyes has the record for RBIs for a Met shortstop, right? And the Mets have been a team for a while. Jose Reyes has the record for RBIs as a Met shortstop. There's 51 games in the season left, and Lindor tied it today. So unless he passed it in a later at bat, so it's like that's how good this guy is, because Jose Reyes was a great player for the Mets. Anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, and then
what's your thoughts? Trash Juan Soto for show after show.
Yeah, the thing, well, he was just a kind of rental guy. He's going to be a free agent here. The Padres gave away a lot of their prospects, and they showed they can't do much with prospects. Look, I remember about 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, we were talking up the Nelson Lament, right? They couldn't develop this guy. Yeah. He was just a throw-in.
Yeah, well, because he was injured. He got injured.
Yeah, it was some bad.
If you look historically, the Padres have had giant free agent signings over the years. They've had giant free agent signings, bigger than this list. You know,
just look at last year. What happened last year to this team? Down that big, the way they played down the stretch last year was embarrassing. And they had the little skirmish, right, with Tatis and Machado in Cincinnati.
Here's some names for you. That guys that they chased in free agency over the years. Catfish Hunter, Randy Jones, they wanted that to be the staff for them. Then they had Andy Messersmith, who they battled it out with the Braves and Dodgers for. Reggie Jackson, they lost out on that one. They were going to pair him with Winfield. They did get Raleigh Fingers and Gene Tennis from that Oakland A's team in free agency, and Steve Garvey.
Yeah, Garvey and Sage.
So believe me, Steve Garvey was equally as big as any of these guys. Basically, wasn't he the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or the Will Chamberlain of Major League Baseball?
I think you might have been jumping for joy when the Padres made that comeback against the Cubs, and it was Garvey hit that home run, that walk-off.
Yeah,
when the Cubs choked that series against the Padres.
Yeah, and the Padres made it to the World Series, and that was the only time they've been, right? And they got crushed. They got crushed.
They might have made it another time because they played the Yankees, right? I think the Tigers, and I think they played the Yankees one year. I think it might twice they made it.
Greg Nettles and Goose Gossage. They signed Goose Gossage. They had Nettles from the Yankees. Oh, believe me, they've done plenty. You know. Plenty. 2015, Pablo Sandoval, the Panda.
Yeah, and it's been some lean years before that when they got that new stadium. They got the new stadium there, and they weren't able to really push across runs. Now you're talking about teams that can contend. At first we looked at the Braves, but other than Fried, Fried has been the stud, right? We'll see how he goes. But Ian Anderson, he's kind of gone the other way.
He's been absolutely terrible. I think that Soraka is the guy that they're missing in that rotation, and it'll be interesting to see if and when he comes back. And they need Charlie Morton to pitch a little better than what he's been pitching. I thought last night, he would come through for them a little better than he did. He didn't, and they're going to have to continue to wait it out. As it looks, as deep as it looks into the Major League Baseball season, we're right at 2/3, right here. It's 2/3, about 50 games left, and so still plenty of room to do things, but things are tight, and there's not a lot of wiggle room for error. There just isn't, and I don't know, man. I don't understand how a guy turns down $450 million. I just still don't see it, and it's like I want to go to a contender. He didn't say I want to go to a contender. That's not how that went down. It went down that he wanted to sign with the Nationals, and $450 wasn't enough. I mean, it wasn't I want to be traded to a contender. That's not how this went down. Not at all.
Yeah, Padres also moved out Winfield and Ozzie Smith. They were once Padres back in the day.
Yeah, didn't they have Gary Gary Templeton?
They got him.
Traded straight up Ozzie for Ozzie?
Yeah, yep.
They traded Ozzie straight up for Gary Templeton, and then Gary Templeton, did he give the finger to the fans?
Yep. Yeah,
I believe so.
Yeah, they had they had some tough times over there.
Yeah, that was a good manager move. That was the Ray Kroc era.
Yeah.
Ray Kroc owned the Padres, the founder of McDonald's.
That's when free agency started. The infancy of free agency around that period of time when they couldn't keep their stars anymore, and they didn't want to spend out in San Diego, and they were getting prospects mainly because they're low profile, they're low salary players.
Yeah, and ironically, the Oakland A's were still cheapskates back then.
Oh yes. They were. I remember when that team.
They lost. I mean, they had everybody. They lost them all.
Yep, they lost them all, and that was too bad for that Oakland team. It took them a while before they got the Canseco and McGuire. It was a long gap there between those championship teams.
Yeah, I'm checking to see if Lindor actually got it. No, that's it. He only got the 2 RBIs, so he is tied with Reyes for the single season for a Mets shortstop. There hasn't been many great Mets hitting shortstops, too. Bud Harrelson was hardly the world beater there.
Well,
we talked about on when was it? On one of the shows, I believe it was on Sunday morning, we talked about the Bud Harrelson play in the World Series where he was safe at home, and Willie Mays happened to be in the on-deck circle and was begging on his hands and knees for them to change the call.
Yeah, that's right.
His final year in the majors. He was like Willie's on his hands and knees.
Wasn't Tim Foley a shortstop for them? Maybe he was on the Pirates, and maybe he spent some time. I'm thinking Tim Foley back.
He was definitely on the Expos, though.
Yeah, Expos.
Foley was definitely on the Expos.
I thought he might have spent time with. I know he spent time with the Pirates, but I thought he might have spent time with the Kessinger. That was the Cubs. So I think who that Bob Baylor. There was some guy that was always the Mets shortstop who couldn't hit a lick. Oh man.
Who was the Mets shortstop on the '86 team? It was Wally Backman. They had at second base, and then Ray Knight was third base.
Third. I can see. I know the face, but I don't remember the name. It escapes me right now. Oh man, not Backman. The first baseman, Hernandez. But that was.
I'll find out.
Yeah, you'll find. We'll look
I'll
it
look
up.
it up.
All right, Mitch, as we're into preseason football, I know you have some news here. What the audience hasn't heard about the football contest.
Yeah, the contest actually, unfortunately, is on pause. I have an email here from my lawyers right now. I've been going back and forth with the lawyers, and what I didn't realize is that if you're running like a little hokey contest with a couple $100 or $1,000, it's not really a big deal. No one's going to bother you. But when you start throwing around 100,000 plus, and actually the contest was originally supposed to be a lot more money than that, there is a lot of legal stuff you have to go through. I thought I submitted a simple terms and conditions kind of as a guideline to them. They came back with 6 pages of notes about it. So the turn, it's not off, but it's definitely not going to start week 1. So it will give everybody a little bit of a chance. Worst case scenario, we go on March Madness or a playoff type scenario. The crappy part is that it's already built and ready to go. It's it's not a cheap, lousy little contest. It is nice. So we'll figure it out. We'll get to it. I'll get everybody an update on that. But it's apparently as soon as you get past into those real money figures, like the 100,000 and the 10,000, I had they want to know you have to get in certain states, Florida being one of them, you have to get bonded for any prizes that you're giving away in these contests. So it's with my partners with GTG, because of the relationships with the NFL and the NBA and with all the sports books, they really have to do everything by the book. It's kind of you build the lanai onto your house and maybe you didn't get the permit, and you slide by. With my partners, we can't really do that. So it's everything's got to be legal and by the book. And unfortunately, when you get into that high, you have to be bonded. And all it means is that you have to verify and get a bond saying that any prizes that you say that you're going to give away, that you have the money to do that. So it's we have the money, and that's not the issue. And it's but you have to basically say, okay, I was going to get, for instance, I want to give away a t-shirt to everyone that has a perfect week. I want to give away a special shirt. The only way you can get it is by having a perfect week in picking NFL games, right? Pick dogs perfect and whatever, and have it like a special color and a special, everything to it. And, have a championship belt at the end of the season along with the prize money and, to have the belt that you give away each year and stuff. And so you have to tell the value, you have to get bonded for the value of the belt. For all the t-shirts that you could possibly give away, right? You have to be bonded that part of the amount. So you have to go back, and it's kind of like, instead of saying, yeah, we're going to give away some pick packages and t-shirts, you have to say this many t-shirts are available and these are the sizes that are available. And this is like, So it's like, it kind of makes you, it's like, we're definitely going to do something. We're going to have, but it's like, but I will tell you one thing, that if it's delayed a season, next season's contest is going to be, the biggest prize, this one was meant to be this way anyway. It will be the biggest prize in the history of pro football pick'em contests. Nice. It will be the largest money prize ever given away in a pick'em contest. It'll be 3 to 4 times what you see at the Vegas contest. And those are $1,000. This is going to be free.
Yeah.
So, because it's like everyone knows. It's like all you have to do is tell me I can't do something. So all right, we're going to go from 100,000. To 100 million, it's like that's basically what you've done. That's what you've done. It's like, obviously we're not going to go 100 million, but I know my partners, they're just like me. So you have a room full of people like me. So it's like, we're going to get, it's going to be a crazy amount. And it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And we will, we'll do whatever we can to get some sort of contest with some sort of solid prizes.
Nice.
Rafael Santana was the 86 Mets shortstop.
There it was. Rafael Santana.
Kevin Mitchell was on that team.
Yeah, Mitchell was there. The catcher.
Mookie.
It was a good team back then. Let's see.
Yeah, they had Gary Carter.
Keith
Hernandez.
Yeah, Hernandez. There was some veterans in there.
That was awesome in that Mets-Reds game. They cut away, and Keith Hernandez thought they were still in the break, and he's talking about how he loves the song "Feel Like a Woman," and he's like Shania Twain. He's like, "Who sings this?" Because I love this song. It's like, well, keep saying something that's not going to cause any controversy.
That's right. At least he stayed awake. Remember, he fell asleep on the air one day.
Yep.
It's funny.
So. Anyways, it's unfortunate about the contest. I apologize to everyone, but like I said, we'll figure it out. And I just didn't know. Did you know that, Tony?
I did not know about that. No, I did not know that.
It's like the lawyer comes back. The lawyer comes back with the red line of the terms and conditions that me and one of my partners submitted to them. They come back with the red line version, and it's like, oh my God. It's like, what? We thought it would be like a couple changing of this word to this word and this, that's what it normally is. And it was like, what? So, all right, but we'll get something. I promise we will do something. And but anyways,
it's good. All right. So anything updates with the betting tools as we're getting closer and closer to football? Call it.
No, we're the betting tools have been ready to go for football for quite some time, and we'll have player props and all those sorts of things available. The angles, I believe, are already up for NFL football as well, and all those different things. And we'll have those rolling for this season. It's going to be a good season. I think there's a lot of things that that happen behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know about that kind of set us back a year or two. And we're finally just getting caught up now. So it's like this will be our best NFL season that we've had. Just like I think this, despite my picks not being spectacular, I think this is the best baseball season we have ever had. And I think we really got a good focused in community. And I think while some of our competitors have moved into our space and there's new competition in our space, I think with that went a lot of the undesirable people that we didn't want as part of our community. I think they went to a lot of those other places, and I think that that's been nothing but good for us. All these people, it's like, well, I'm not coming to your site anymore, whatever. It's like to read your free picks and to heckle you. It's like, okay, it's like enjoy yourself over at whatever, heckling them because we won't miss you.
Nope, that's exactly right, no doubt. All right, Mitch, as always, great having you on. Have a great rest of the night, and we'll tune in tomorrow with the morning show, and we'll talk again next week.
And I could tell everybody out there that this is how hard this is. Tony's been doing this forever. Nicest guy you'll ever meet. I'm sure he's got a stack of hate mail. Over the years. I'm sure the YouTube comments and between the YouTube comments and the emails, I mean, you just wouldn't even believe it. It's like, I love the ones where they think they actually know you. Those are my favorite ones. Like, you're this and that. And the funny thing is, it's like, I know all the people like that get the comments about them and the ones about me, and it's like totally the opposite. Like, if you ask anyone that really knew me, it's like totally the opposite.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Or that you work for Vegas. That's the one. You see it a lot.
Yeah, well, it's not just the work for Vegas. It's that I'm an egomaniac, and I don't like it when other people win. That's my favorite one. It's like, what? Oh, and like, I love the ones where like they make it a competition between me and the other guys on the YouTube channel, like Romanelli or something. It's like, we all work together. It's like we, Pick Dog's channel is not the same without Ron's Rundown, and Ron's Rundown doesn't exist without the Pick Dog's channel. It's all one piece. I'm not competing with Ron. We're, we don't always agree.
I mean, we've all seen these pregame shows where you have the ex players there. They ask their opinion of the games, and they don't always match up. Right?
And they all have their own style of doing it too. And they all have their own style and methodology, and I think that's why we have all the different cappers, and we bring in a guy like Jay, who is exciting to have. Anyways, I'm going to let you go, Tony, because you got 10 minutes before the next set of games start.
All right. Sounds great. All right, Mitch. Have a great night. We'll talk next week.
Thanks, everyone. I'll see you guys next Wednesday and, of course, tomorrow morning. Oh, tomorrow morning, actually, the show's going to be a little late. I have a bunch of stuff to do, and so does Ruffalo. So we kind of have just a bad schedule day. So, but we'll figure it out, and we'll have a show. It'll be sometime between the normal time of the show and the drive-through. And the premium picks will be posted individually for the YouTube Premium and VIP. Will be posted individual videos by Chris and myself, just in order to get them out. Chris is at a rock and roll show. Tony said he couldn't be here. He's it's like seeing Poison, and I forget who else was on the list. Motley Crue.
Oh goodness.
Joan Jett was one of them. It's at the Bills Stadium. Buffalo Bills Stadium.
Yeah. The rock concert. I think this is going to head out this way too. I saw it on ticket. I saw the tickets. Yep.
Yeah, it was originally scheduled to go in 2020, so it's a long time coming. These guys are only 2 years older. It's the only thing that makes it worse. It's like a lot of these guys, the drugs didn't really didn't help them hold up that well. All right, take care, everyone.
You got it. Mitch here on the drive. If you guys have missed any of our picks, we'll do a complete recap here at the end of the show, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And we'll continue on here. Now it's time for my pick. So let me get my card ready for you guys here. We're going to be looking at this one between the Astros and Rangers here at 8 Eastern time. Astros here going to be laying minus 295. Total sits here at 7.5. I'm looking under here, under 7.5. This has been kind of going back and forth between 7 and 7.5. So make sure you do your shopping, because you want to make sure you get the best number, especially off that number there, 7. Of course, on the mound here for the Astros will be, Justin Verlander, boy, he is just doing great. Again, look at the numbers in 20 starts, ERA 1.73, whip of 0.85, a strikeout mark of 25%, limits his walks, gets the ground balls, and of course, we got to Otto on the hill, but Otto, his numbers are a little bit better here on the road, believe it or not, where he posts up in the ERA. Actually, let me bring up here right now, because that's one of the that I was looking at here for 2022. ERA of just 4. And whip of 1.26 in his 40 and a third innings pitched here in his road games this year. And he's getting about 7 strikeouts per 9 innings. And limits the home runs, just 0.9, less than 1 home run per 9 innings, which is much lower than his home mark. So he's actually done better on the road, has Glenn Otto. So that's one of the reasons we'll look here at the under here. And one thing to note here, when Verlander's on the mound, when he's facing an American League opponent that hits 260 or worse, the under he's 13-3 to the under. He's also 9-1 to the under in his night game. So of course, night and day. The night may be harder to pick up the baseball for some. I guess the way he pitches, maybe tougher on the batters. But 9-1 to the under in his night games. And the Rangers, they've gone under in 13 of 17 when they've been an underdog of plus 150 or greater. So that means when you're an underdog of plus 150 or greater, that means you're probably going up against an ace, right? That's usually the case when you're a big dog. And when they're big dogs, they just don't seem to hit the aces as the under is coming in 13 of 17. So we're going to be looking here at under 7.5 between the Rangers and the Houston Astros. All right, guys, check out Pick Dogs Premium. I've got actually my 3-pack is off already because I had some day baseball there with the 3-pack, but my $15 premium is up there. That's right, my $15 premium is up there, so get on board with that. We've hit that one since Saturday, right? Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, so that's 4 straight $15 premiums. I think it was like I had won 3 or 4 prior to that to the loss on Friday, so I've been on a pretty good roll here with this $15 premium, so get on board with that. That's my lone play available right now over at Pick Dogs Premium. It's my 3-pack has already launched, but I also have my long-term passes, $3, $7, and $30 sports pass. Get that 1-month all sports pass. You get all my premium plays for that period of time. When you go over to my handicapper page and make that purchase, 3 months for that 1-month all sports pass, you'll get 30 days of my baseball, as well as the first 2 weeks of college football. That will be in play with that 1-month all sports pass. Don't forget that promotion code AUG15 will save you 15% off at checkout. You can access my page over at Pick Dogs by clicking the link in the description. Click on the All Cappers tab, and you'll find me there on the page. Get signed up with me over at Pick Dogs with that 1-month pass right now. All right, let's continue on here with the show. And now it's time to recap the plays from today's show. Let's bring up right now. All right, we got to start here with El Ninos. El Ninos like the Braves and Red Sox to go over total of 9. Al McMorty was on the Guardians, minus 180 against the Tigers. Jay here on the Phillies, minus 125 against the Marlins. He likes the no runs first inning as well, and this one at minus 135. Mitch was on the Diamondbacks, minus 150 against the Pirates. Yours truly, Rangers, Astros, under 7.5. The game I like the best, well, I'll have to go with Jay here. I like the Phillies here, minus 125. I like the way they're playing, and of course that Marlins team they having a hard time pushing across runs, and that's how I'll look at it. All right, that'll do it for this edition here of the Drive-Thru. Guys, be sure to tune in again tomorrow live at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring our cappers here from Pick Dogs. We've got live free picks for the games in prime time. We'll have some preseason football also on the board for tomorrow, so I'll check in and get some of those plays for you as well. So make sure you tune in tomorrow live at 6 Eastern Time. So I'll let you know what's going on over at Pick Dogs. The morning shows, 10 a.m. Eastern Time every single day. Mitch, you got Chris on the shows. Also, you got Mitch's 7 games in 5 minutes. You got Brian's video series as well. You got Money in the Bank as well as his Fast 5. You've got Ron Romanelli with his Major League Baseball rundown. Those every game on the board here, and a pick from Ron Romanelli every day on the Pick Dogs with his MLB rundown on his video series over at Pick Dogs. Also the parlay every day. There's a parlay from Javon. And don't forget Mills and Brad with their UFC shows on Saturday following the morning show. So that's going to do it here for tonight's show. We're going to bring in everyone. We're going to wait goodbye to everyone. Have yourself a great evening. We'll talk to you guys again tomorrow.